One day, a big, huge spaceship suddenly filled the sky. You know, like in the movies, except it happened for real. That's where yours truly comes in. Soaring through the skies in my powered suit. Yeah, this is kind of long. Okay, cut this part too. They got all kinds of moves and attacks and whatnot. It's a rough lineup. But anyway, put simply, I'm gonna crush every one of these dudes, shoot for the top once again, and take that loser prince down. One last thing. The release date's finally been set. Sorry for the wait, you guys.
What's going on, everyone? The Great Talent here, and today we're going to talk about No More Heroes 3 on the Nintendo Switch. You know, I'm trying to get, like, in costume now, as you can tell. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just Travis fucking Touchdown over here. Yeah! I said I don't have the spiky hair or the red jacket, but you know what? I said I'm going to compensate with the sunglasses, so enjoy, folks. So yeah, No More Heroes 3. It's the third game in the, I guess now it's a trilogy of games that feature the character known as Travis Touchdown, who's just one of the kookiest assassins in the world, anime style, and he's just literally a nut, a friggin' nut. This game is rated M for mature. He swears like crazy. He's a crazy machoistic guy, and he's apparently he gets thrown into this world, and this is the same setup for every single No More Heroes game. He gets thrown into this fucking challenge with this leaderboard to get to the top 10 ranked assassins, climbing the leaderboard every single time. What makes No More Heroes 3 different is now instead of just regular human assassins, now they're aliens. Just aliens, folks. Just fucking aliens. Not even assassins. Just aliens. So this game is so fucking, like, literally, it's just, I mean, bad shit insane. It's a hack and slash video game. It's a very wacky game, and even wackier than the last two games. I did my reviews on the first two games that I did play on the Switch, and I replayed them again. I haven't played them since the Wii days. But this game here is, in terms of the narrative, the writer-director, his name is Suda51. I think he was on all of the drugs, even more so than he normally is, because to write a game this fucking crazy and whacked out, you have to be on some type of influence. Either that or you're just an alien yourself. But other than that, it delivers such, like I said, a batshit, ridiculous narrative that I have no idea what's happening inside and out. But all I know, the only thing I do know for sure, folks, is aliens bad, keep cutting things with your beam katana lightsaber thing. That's pretty much it. It's a mindless action junkie game, and however, though, with that being said, it does get a little bit too repetitious towards the latter half of the game. Even as you unlock new power-ups and abilities to spend with your experience type points, it does feel a little bit grindy, and we'll get to that in a little bit. There are cool wrestling moves you can perform, but they're not as numerous and diversified as I would like at this point in time. They've had 3 games to make it more diverse with the move sets, but it's just not. And also the dialogue, and like I said, there's the hack and slash. There are 2 types of attacks you can perform with your beam katana, either a regular slash with the Y button or a heavy slash with the X button. And other than that, you do get death blows, death moves if you hold the left trigger down, and then you can press A, B, X, or Y, and you can do a special attack, whether it be a drop kick, a slow down time, make it rain fucking debris from the sky, or you can do like a force push kind of type of thing. And you can create new combos of that. You can keep buying them or crafting them, which I thought was kind of cool, but I didn't get into the whole depth of that. I just felt like it was a little bit too complex. Then I was like, didn't want to even really bother with that. But it does, like I said, getting back to the movesets and how it could feel a bit quite tedious. The dialogue that Trevor does spew out of his mouth is hilarious, but that hilarity is limited because the more you engage in these matchups and these encounters, these fights and encounters, only so much dialogue was recorded, and it just keeps like repeating itself from time to time, more frequently than not. And the game does take it back to the No More Heroes 1 roots. If you're familiar with No More Heroes 1, if not, I'll fill you in. So basically, in No More Heroes 2, it was just a straight shooting game, meaning you got to play each chapter of the game how you wanted to without any slowdown. That's why the game was so short. You could literally beat No More Heroes 2 within like 5 hours max. Because there was no padding. This game has padding, which kind of doubles the runtime, the playtime, and I'll explain what that means. So basically, the games would have a short playtime, but what it does, like No More Heroes 3 does, like No More Heroes 1 does, and I'm not really a fan of this, is adds a grindy mode, meaning you have to. There's 10 chapters in the game. Every chapter, for 90% of the chapters, you need to complete a set of 3 designated matches, like you're seeing on screen now. That'd be one match, and you have to do it in color coordination. Like this red designated match, this blue. It's so weird. You have to drive around as mini maps to find it, and then you have to accumulate enough coin to pay the admission fee to each ranked match. It's not that hard to gather coin if you don't spend it on anything, but I was afraid to spend the money because I didn't want to keep doing the tedious like little jobs. Like you get to plunge toilets, collect trash, fucking mow lawn. Although I do like mowing the lawn. I don't know why. It's something about mowing the lawn that cutting grass, it just satisfies some type of sick need in my mind. I don't know what it is. But it does, like I said, it does add a little bit more to the runs padding of the playtime. To me, it's unnecessary. To me, I would just like to get in, get off, and get out instead of doing this nonsensical menial shit, qualification, spending, gathering, hoarding money, spending. I mean, I guess I get it. You gotta add the playtime, pad the playtime somehow, but you shouldn't have to pad any playtime, in my opinion, if you're making a decent or worthy game. So that's just something to think about there. Also, the game's performance-wise, technical specs, the game is atrocious. I'm sorry. Performance-wise, the game is atrocious, whether you're playing in handheld or docked mode, especially handheld mode, where I typically play my Switch games in handheld mode, folks. I like to be mobile when I'm playing them. I like that novelty, that option. But I could not. I played the first chapter, tried to do 2 chapters of this game, the first 2 chapters in handheld mode. It was unplayable for me. The frame rate was like very, very choppy. It was blurry. I couldn't deal with it. My eyes, it was hurting my eyes. So I said, let me put this docked mode. I only dock my Switch games for only certain games, like the big boys, like Mario, Zelda, shit like that. But here I said, let me just dock it here, and it ran a little bit more smoothly, between 30 and 60 frames per second on console, but more toward the 30 frames per second, and it was very choppy. Especially when you're driving, it made it feel like you're playing a Wii game from 2 generations ago. It was kind of shit. Now I'm very disappointed in that. And some combat encounters are left, like they're feeling mild, but they're out of left field. Some of the combat encounters are out of left field, but they're mildly enjoyable. And what I mean by those, there's like 8-bit encounters where you have you play like 8-bit mode, like it's mandatory, and I like it better in No More Heroes 2 where you have to play the coin op games and choose like mini games. But this is kind of mandatory where it's like, oh, as you progress in the story, you have to play these weird little 8-bit games, which is kind of cool. It's like a beat 'em up style games, and also you get to special power ability and certain matchups and boss fights. You get to go into this mech and become Gundam, like in the space mech, and then go into fucking outer space and then just play like Gundam mode where you're shooting fucking lasers and flying around in space and the sword and everything. It's pretty cool. But overall though, in the game's 13 or so hour runtime, it was a solid yet enjoyable, entertaining little beat 'em up. Just don't expect that much depth and technical praise here. I mean, what you see is what you get. I just wish it operated at a more fluid rate and fluid game than what we actually have gotten. No More Heroes, I like it. I'm just drawn to it because I like its quirkiness. It's very quirky. It's very wacky. It's very goofy. And, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. And, for the most part, like I said, it's not without its flaws. I enjoyed the game, which means that, I'm going to drop my score now and wrap it up. So if I had to score No More Heroes 3 on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's a good game overall. Technically, it's a shit show. Narratively, it's a shit show. Gameplay, combat-wise, it's decent. It had enough combat-wise to keep me invested for the 13-hour playtime. But there's a new game plus mode afterwards. There's different difficulties. There's different things to unlock. But if I'm being honest, folks, I don't think I'm going to play New Game Plus anytime soon. So my next game is going to be Hitman, just to know what's in the works. I have Hitman, video game wise, Hitman's coming up. I have Fear 2. I'm going to old school. I'm going to do a retro review. Fear 2. There's this game called Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. I'm going to check that out. And a bunch of other games. I'm just giving you the next 3 in the pipeline, as well as movies. I'm going to try checking out that movie, Don't Look Up. I'm going to watch this movie called Nobody that people keep telling me to watch. I'm going to try watching The Man from U.N.C.L.E., old movie with Henry Cavill, because I've been on a Henry Cavill kick. So just stuff that's in the works, and between other things, projects I'm working on. So with that being said, all that content, like I said, it's going to be free. I'm not charging anybody anything. I don't think I'll ever monetize this channel. It's all for enjoyment, a hobby, and fun for all you folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot to grow and just become notoriety. Is what I'm after. So with that being said, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will catch everybody next time. Thanks as always for stopping by.